Let's continue with the piece and let's hear what happens just after where we left. So here we can hear clearly this element, but in the right hand. And it's incredible the kind of sound which is produced by the piano with the damper pedal that Liszt asks us interpreters to press. Since Liszt was an incredible pianist and incredible musician, he was also capable of inventing sounds from the piano, like all the great innovators of the time, like Chopin, like Schumann. He was capable of finding something new at the keyboard, something that nobody thought that was possible to create. And this is clearly an example of completely dark and mysterious sound that many musicologists have thought could be the crimes of all the damned souls. And maybe it could be true, but I want to stick to the musical elements. I don't want to give you subjective feelings, also because this is a musical impression coming after the reading of the comedy, and this should be different for everybody that listens to the piece. Let's go to another part. What you heard was a transition leading to the second group of themes. I will again play for you the second theme, only to let you hear the motives and the harmonies. So this is the second group of themes. For me, this is the key moment to understand that it is not chronological, because into a section which belongs to hell with all these scales and chords, again, this chord which is formed is the diminished seventh, so it's still the Diabolus Musica. Soon after, we hear the triumph, the joy and the power of something which of course is positive. The tonality of this passage, F sharp major, is very often in Liszt, and not only in Liszt, referring to something positive. I think here it's the moment of paradise, or if not of paradise, the moment of the power of God. Let's keep moving forward because the piece is still quite long. Soon after this cadenza, we hear the first theme once again, as if nothing happened before. I like to think of this moment as the start of the development, the second part of the sonata form, as I told you before. And soon after, we enter in a world which is completely different, a dreamy world. This section is one of the most beautiful of the composition, and it is based actually on the inversion of one of the elements that we heard in the first group of themes, which was this one. And this motive is just the opposite. After this, we hear again the second group of themes, in a way much calmer, quiet and serene. After this incredible passage, we enter in a section that other musicologists have always attributed to the Paolo e Francesca episode of the fifth canto of the Inferno. I think it could be suggested somehow by the indication of Liszt, dolcissimo, con amore, appassionato. I think it's also interesting to think about this passage as the love that Dante has for Beatrice. Nothing tells us that dolcissimo con amore must only refer to Paolo e Francesca, because it can be Dante, it can be anyone actually. I will play you some beats of this dolcissimo con amore, one of the most incredible moments of the piece. passion, the appassionato behind these notes. And just some beats after, we hear the third and last theme, which belongs to the second group of themes. And I will play it for you in a simply way before playing it in the proper writing by list. And here is what Liszt does. And then starts what I think it is the recapitulation, because we hear the second theme in D major, and this is the key point for a sonata form. When we hear the second theme again in the tonality of the piece, it is the moment of the recapitulation, and here we hear it in some kind of accompaniment at the right hand that normally Liszt uses for the birds, but here I think suggests almost an idea of angels, of paradise or earthly paradise, maybe the vision of Beatrice. Here on, we enter the final section of Après une lecture de Dante. This is a moment for paradise. From here on to the end, it's only the triumph of the power of God, of the power of the faith. This paradise that Liszt describes is a paradise typical for the romantic man. Not only a place of peace, but a place where you arrive only if you are a hero, because reaching the paradise is an heroic act. We will find some very interesting moments in musical terms, because we have the second and the first theme together in the same moment, and we will hear this. So the second theme with the rhythmic element of the first. I show you. In this section we also find again the theme of the Dolcissimo con amore, which was this one. Which is transformed into this. I will play for you the final page of the piece, and you will hear again all the repeated notes and some chords that are actually the core harmonic structure of the piece. So this is the end of Liszt après une lecture de Dante. I hope that you have enjoyed this lesson, and I'm looking forward to meet you, and also very looking forward to play for you this piece, live of course, in the next edition of the Dante Summer School. Bye!